guys, welcome back to our podcast. Sorry for the absence that we've had. We've been dealing with a lot of retreat things. Hence, our episode today will be a post-retreat reflection episode. Let's do the thing. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Hans.
I'm Joanne.
And I'm Viv.
All right. So to start off this episode, the first question is, what have we learned after this retreat?
Maybe you need to tell people what happened at retreat because some people might not have
Yeah,
come to
all right,
retreat.
All right. Who wants to share that?
What was the highlight? Just share the highlights.
Okay, so about retreat. If you didn't come to our retreat, then you wouldn't know, I guess what we're talking about. But I think my favorite part about retreat was like the community aspect and like the sharing that we could have as Regeneration Z, and like not just in one big session, but also at night, because in our cabins we like stayed up and talked. I don't know if you guys did, but we did. And that was nice because normally at church we don't really have that much time to like talk about our personal lives, and during retreat I realized that we don't actually know a lot about each other, and it was nice to like share and support each other.
Okay, well, for the retreat, we went to the Blue Mountains for 4 days, and it was, I don't know, intensive, I guess.
Yes, there was a lot of sessions.
Yeah.
But there was games as well.
It was
good.
fun.
Yes.
How do you rate the games? Because I
Oh,
rate
no.
them. Out of 10.
I don't. It was fun. I got
What?
wet.
Is that like a 5 or a 10?
7.
Yeah, 7. It
Seven.
was fun. It was.
Okay. How about the food? How do you rate the
The
food?
food was pretty good, actually. It was nice.
The food was.
Aussie food.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the questions. Right. So, what have we learned after this retreat? Who wants to go first?
I can't really say like what I learned because I was like a speaker. So-
Wow.
Well, of course I did learn other stuff, but like not from. Yeah. I don't know. It felt weird. I was like on the other side.
Maybe you can tell us about both sides. What did you learn about when you were speaker?
Yeah, I can. But maybe we should hear from your side
Yeah,
first.
okay. Viv.
Something I learned, I guess, like in the preparation for retreat, like the devoted life itself. Like I think it was like devoting your life. Something I was thinking about isn't that you're like putting God as number 1 and then school is 2 and like your housework is 3. But like the thing is that you're like putting God like first and like the one and only first. And then once you like know God and you know like the truth, then that will go through into like all the other aspects of your life. So like there's that. Because I think when we were like preparing for retreat, it was firstly it was in my exam period. Secondly, there was a lot of things that was like it was everywhere and there was like it was our first time. For example, the events book. Like there's a lot of things that go into it, right? But then like say like this part wasn't finished and I'd be editing it like the day before it would be sent to the printing press printing company, which was like number 1 that required patience, and 2 like
That sigh sounds like so. It was so heavy.
well, like woohoo.
It was tiring. It would be
We
tiring.
got there. We got there.
Yes. Yeah.
How about like from the actual like inside the retreat? Anyone have anything to share from there?
Okay. Well, I guess. Well, we actually didn't say what the theme was, which is the devoted life. We did say it last time, but it was the devoted life, and so maybe the generic answer would be, "Oh, I learned how to devote my life." But I think going deeper into that is, I don't know. I learned quite a lot actually. Different speakers, different topics. but all was directed into, yeah, well, devoting your life to God, being set apart, fully to be owned by God and used by Him for His glory. And one thing that stood out to me is that God never forces us. And so He initiates and calls us to be His children, but He never forces us. I think that's, yeah, Joanne.
Yeah. Okay. So what I learned was that if we want to follow Jesus, then it is all or nothing. Like we can't just give like half or parts of our hearts. We have to give our whole hearts. And also, leading on from the point Viv said about making God like the top priority in our lives, there's this image that our Bible study group leader told us about like prioritizing God. It doesn't mean that like it's like a list. Like it's not that God is number one and then you put like all your school and friends as number two or number three, but it's actually God should be in the center, linking all the other things that are in our lives, such as school and ministry. So when we put God in the middle of our lives, then all the other things in our lives will be pulled in and linked with God. So like God is not just something that we have at church on like a Sunday, but is present in all aspects of our
Hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
from the speaker
Speaker
side.
side.
Yeah, so I guess I got to see everything from like different
top.
perspective. Not the top. It's more like it was more like the back because I just sat at the back.
Yeah.
Um, but maybe what I learned is just seeing the whole process, I guess. Like I can see how God is good and how he works in a slow but sure manner in the midst of us, and that's what's really exciting to see. Um, like I don't know, for me to like get up and speak, I used to think like, oh, this is like something really big, or like, oh, like, I should be proud of this, or whatever. But I think over time, God taught me that it's not it's not meant to be a big thing. It's just one small step of obedience that I do to follow God, and it's not my working or anyone's working, but that God is the one who's working in the midst of us, and we're just there as His servants to see what He has done and to continue to see it and to praise Him for what He is working. Um, Jesus tells a parable in Luke 18 about a servant, and then when the servant like comes home, he is asked to do more work, and like the servant can't complain and be like, "Oh, give me food now" or whatever. But after like a long day's work, he has to go and serve his master still when he comes home. Um, and like we're like that servant, we just do God's work, and in the end, we say we are unworthy servants. We're just doing our duty. So I guess that's what I learned, to continue to follow God and see what He's doing in the midst of us, which is very exciting. Seeing all of you grow and seeing myself grow, seeing us grow together. Yeah. So, what do you guys feel after this retreat? What's like the new burden, or what has changed, I guess, from before retreat? What's a new, I guess, passion in you that's been instilled?
We mentioned it in the last episode, the pre-retreat episode, the before the retreat. We were talking about how like after the retreat, we would have such a zeal and passion, and then after like few weeks, few months, it would die down. Um, when 3 weeks ago, the retreat was 3, 4, something like that. But I feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago.
I feel like, I don't know. There is a change, but we don't know. Like I feel like more motivated to wake up early, read the Bible, um, read over my notes. That's what I've been doing lately, and I guess that passion is there, and I pray that it would stay and be something permanent and not something that would die down, even though it will be hard in the future. But
Yeah, no, actually, it reminds me, like before I used to think like how God works is something that's like, for example, like there's a retreat and then like you repent and then your life's like totally changed and different. But actually, like the more I see, it's not that way. And I guess it's better the way it is, that it's actually like it's a messy process. Like it feels like we changed, but we haven't really. There's still like all these other problems, and then there's like so much different aspects that needs to be dealt with. And I guess it's messy. It might be emotionally draining. It might be hard, but that's just the reality of like the depth of our sin, but yet still God is making everything beautiful in his time. So, yeah, just reminded of that.
girls,
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. I think for me, like halfway no, like on the Q&A night of retreat, I was thinking about like so when you think about Regen, maybe for like other people, when you look at us, you think like they're always doing something. They're always like working on something, like writing articles and like doing all this stuff. And
doing
it's like
podcast.
it's like Regen, like it's almost like a job. Like you think about it.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking like how to get like more people involved in ministry when if their image of us is always working, like they already have school and then now you want to do this work, like it's not really like an inviting like thing to other people who wants to join the Regen community. And it is a community. And like but also I think something else that's like in the way sometimes is like the talent thing. So like I don't know, like you guys were like with my school friends and church friends, it's always like we're always thinking about talents and like I don't know what to do after high school. And like but like I guess it's okay, it's really cliche, but like even if like you're not as good at like singing like Jeremy or something, but like even if you're like good at talking, like you can be that person that like welcomes new people or something. And you don't have to be like necessarily like the best at this really specific thing. Like anyone has their own place in the community.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a similar point to that actually. So my burden, I guess, is to keep fostering this kind of family like feeling in Regens, especially like on I think the third night, with our sharings. I think when like we could have that kind of open and safe like community where everyone could like share, but I think my burden is that this can continue like just in our everyday lives as well, not just when we have retreat. Cause yeah, like what Viv said, I think a lot of people do look at us and see like, oh, we do a lot of things. We're always really busy, and maybe sometimes they get intimidated into joining this kind of community because they think, oh, maybe I'm not good enough to sort of hang out with these people. But like, we're people too, you know. We don't bite. Yeah. So I guess that's my burden.
I think that I don't know. Our community is so ministry, and I like our surroundings, our environment is like such a churchy vibe, I guess. And like mm, our church, like we listen to long sermons, maybe compared to other churches, it's significantly longer. And we do all these ministries. We do. There's an orchestra that a large portion of us are in. There's like the Regeneration G Ministries, and like it's a lot. And just like Viv said before, it's like a job. Um, but something for us, I guess, and something a burden that I have, is that like doing all this ministries and being so churchy can often like cover up or shield us from the truth of like what really is inside, as in like we might be doing all these things looking like we're devoting ourselves to God, but really inside we're deceiving ourselves. And are we really devoting ourselves to God, or is it just like a job, as in like do we just do all these tasks, all these ministry things in the name of the church, um, just to fulfill ourselves, as in like, but on the other side, it's like deceiving ourselves. I'm repeating myself so many times, but the point is that it's something dangerous, not like for us, for the people in our church as well. And I feel like something that is burden to me is to like, I don't know, to share the idea of ministry and what really is devoting ourselves to God.
It also depends on like what is the actual focus of a community, like what is the focus of our community? Because like a community can, for example, be focused on just all this like ministry related stuff, but that's not the end goal of our community. It's not about just to do ministry and to do work. Um, Also, it's not the end goal is not just to be like just for ourselves, like just to enjoy each other's company and just be like a social club. That's not it either. Like the end goal is we want to be welcoming to like a lot of people so that together we can get to know God and we can grow in Him and grow in love for Him and grow in His love for us. And I guess that needs to be more emphasized a bit more. Um, or yeah, because we often forget. Because like that's really the only thing that can, I guess, give ultimate peace and comfort, and that's what people and other teens out there need too. So we want to invite them to that community.
Wait, I want to quote Hans.
What?
On the About Us video, he says that the Regeneration Z community is where we strive to grow and see a regeneration within our broken generation.
You can see the video on our website.
Yeah, but also we're not perfect, and that's what I said. Like linking earlier to like seeing everything how God works. It's like it's messy. There's problems. We're not there yet, and we're not gonna be there. Like because if we are perfect, then we don't need God. So it's a process of us growing together and being sanctified. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, back to the retreat. What was the favorite? Like, what was your favorite things about the retreat? Okay, fine, I'll go first. um, I don't know. The whole thing as a pack was great, you know? Um, I could say like the games or the activities, the campfire. But really, I think that the thing that really impacted me and uh my mind, me, I guess, the most was really just the sessions. There were 9 sessions, and each one was delving really deep into concepts, into the ideas of what it really is devoting yourself to God, and it was delving deep into the Bible as well, and it was the yeah the biggest thing that impacted me, and I guess I could say that is my favorite.
My favorite part about retreat was like the fellowship, like Joanne said in the beginning. Okay, I was when we were planning, I was thinking the exact same thing, like the conversations until 2 a.m. And I don't know, did you guys stay up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone
Yeah.
stayed
Hans
up.
didn't.
Hans,
I
Hans
did. I
probably
did
slept
stay
at
up.
9.
No, I went back to my room at like 1 a.m. and then they were watching movies in my cabin. I was like, oh, hi guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said before, like this work environment, but then like we have retreat where we actually like get to know each other, and not just like how we are at church, but like how we live, how we like carry about.
Personal life.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that. How we, like our daily lives, and then like do devotions together in the morning, and then like staying up and talking about life and having really deep conversations and emotional conversations.
Oh.
And I guess like also after the fellowship, like the envelope wall, like I don't know, like if you guys would you probably wouldn't get what this is, but basically we had this like wall of envelopes for everyone, and then you basically write like affirmations or messages to each of your friends. And I think like that's such like I still read my messages when I'm like this week I read it a few times, so it's really like, what is it, heartwarming.
Oh.
Hans.
What was your favorite?
My favorite thing. I really just wanted to make a joke and say something like the food or something.
Was it?
I don't know.
Food was great.
I liked my devotion group. They were really nice.
Oh. Were
Yeah.
you leading it or were you part
Yeah,
of
I
it?
was leading it. But it was like It was like year nines. The mix.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah. It was a good group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the morning
Yeah.
devotions. What
Yeah.
else is there to say?
Overall, like it was just great. Like growing together, learning together, praying for each other, and then it's well, praying, and we all have like the same faith as a community. It's really such a blessing for me and for us quoting the video. If you know, yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I think one more thing to add maybe is like looking forward, it shouldn't just stop with us enjoying our own community, but like there's so many people out there who don't have not only community, but they don't have God, which makes the community beautiful. And so like our aim and like our hearts should be to love those out there who don't yet know God and don't yet have a community where they can be safe and open and they can be honest and they can grow as well. And like, yeah, I don't know. Seeing especially like Viv, for example, like all the year 12s, like this is the last ever retreat, and then next year you come back like if you come back on the other side as like the leaders. And so like to develop this sort of heart from now of like being able to I guess look out for others who don't have this community so we're not only enjoying it ourselves, but we can get others to come to know God as well.
Yeah, we open our arms wide for everyone, community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that wraps it up for this post retreat episode.
Yeah.
Keep looking out. We might have one next year.
We will.
Yeah,
have
we
one
will.
next year.
We will have one next
Please
year.
come to
Please
our podcast audience, whoever you are. You are very welcome to the Regency community. We would love
Yeah.
to meet you. So keep updated for all our events and like reach out to us. If you even like feel lonely and you need a friend, DM us. We'll talk to you. We'll
Yeah.
reveal who we are.
If you want to meet us, you can come to the Regen Study
Regen,
Center.
I don't think
Yeah,
we've mentioned.
we never
Regen
mentioned
We've never
that.
mentioned it.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
We have a Regen Study Center every Monday. Sorry for people overseas, but it's in Sydney, in Chatswood.
4 to 8 p.m. on Mondays at Northside Chatswood Salvation Army Church.
Yes.
There's details. There's no details on our website. What? Oh, we need to put details on
It's
our
on
website.
There's
Instagram.
details on
There's details on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Scroll down a bit.
Basically, there's free like
Food.
tutors
Oh.
who
There's
help.
There's Hans.
There's us. There's free food.
Me.
Free food.
There is
Yeah.
free food.
And yeah, just come and chill with us and get to know us.
Yeah, okay. I guess, I don't know, check out our website. What else? Instagram. Like, subscribe.
Hoodies.
Hoodies.
can
We
buy
still have some
hoodies.
We
hoodies
still
left
have some
over.
hoodies.
Also, come to the Regency Fellowship that happens. The next one's on the 29th of May. It's coming up soon.
Alright, so I guess that's it.
Bye.
Bye.